234. WA6AHA, WA6AHA, AA6S.
AA6S, WA6AHA.
Loud and clear, WA6AHA, AA6S.
Yeah, he caught me behind, I was trying to run some cables.
Well, now you know what it's like when you call me on the phone. I got to dig around to get to the other side.
I'm talking about running cables, not sitting next to the phone of 3 feet away.
3 feet airline, but about 20 steps to get over to step over all that junk.
I kept telling you not to buy stuff, but you're sick.
I'm trying to get rid of it if I can find some fish to take it.
Yeah, there's always fishes around.
At least 2 of them.
10-4.
Nobody else in here yet.
Yeah, they'll show up.
KM6SR.
There's Rob, KM6, Sierra Romeo, Romeo, number 432. AA6S, number 800, 59. Go ahead.
All right, Bill. Good to hear you. Yeah, I kind of heard in the background there. I was still listening to the Clovis Carp Net, and I couldn't see what you guys said, so I just thought I'd check in. And I hear Mike in there, too, WA6AJ.
KM6SR, WA6AJ. How you doing, Rob?
I'm doing pretty good. Did you say Rob or Rub?
I said Rub, just like Ralph.
Yep, there you go. Yep, I told Ralph about it, but he hasn't changed it, so I guess that's in response to me not getting him checked in on the 220 net. For some reason, Ken keeps forgetting to tell me that he's talked to Ralph and check him in, so maybe I just ought to put it in automatically, over.
Oh, yeah, I don't know about that, but I think Ralph probably just got a mental block on what you're trying to tell him.
Yeah, that could be. I'm sure he probably, takes the one he sent out the last time and just changes it a little bit. So, he's got it listed as that, and so he doesn't think about it.
Yeah, and plus it's 1296. Every once in a while, it's hard to get that's a pretty close difference as far as sound. So over 1296, it may not compute.
Especially when you're old as he is.
Yeah, Roger, or as old as I am. Anyway, I'm not too worried about it because I won't be on the 1296 anymore. I've got a problem with my feed liner or the antenna there. And so I'll just have to wait till I get something better. All thing I can do is hear Mike and some people locally.
Did you call tech support?
Yeah, you're speaking to them right now.
Okay, well, I was kind of making a joke about M squared. That's an M squared antenna?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I got 2 of them up there. The 1296 EZs, I guess they are. The back mount, it's about 6 feet long. So, yeah, I could see what they say. I don't think I can wish for too much, though, over.
Well, you never know. Did you buy them new or are they just used?
They're used. I bought them from Matt, so I got them from the horse's mouth, or close to it anyway.
Well, I'm sure Matt or Robert could help you.
Well, I don't know if they're good about climbing a small pole to get up there. So my problem is if I lower the thing down, I had 4 people kind of feed out the guy lines as I pushed it up because it's kind of top heavy and I didn't want it to fall over. So if I get it down, I don't think it's going back up.
Oh, that's a bummer. Well, maybe it'll dry out and get better.
That's what I was hoping for, but I don't know. I know it's, I guess I did a no-no. I have the LMR 600 going up there, and I made a loop with it. And I also made a loop. I think I used LMR 400 for the 432 on the same thing. Well, both of the loops are kind of big, and they're hanging over to the side a little bit. So that may be why my rotor can't handle it. I got a little, the cheapest Yaesu one you get, that 450, and it doesn't want to work it right either, over.
Okay, well, take your time on it. The band ain't going anywhere.
Yeah, I guess it isn't, hopefully.
Well, did you guys get a lot of rain over the night?
Yeah, overnight we got 1.4 inches of rain, and I haven't checked it today.
Okay. Yeah, we got a lot of rain. I don't know how much. I don't have a gauge, but it was enough to where I had to drain the pool out a little bit. So when it gets that high, I know I got a lot of rain.
K6USY.
Go ahead, Aaron. K6USY, A6S.
Hi, Bill. And hi, Mike and Rub.
Yeah, I just kicked the amplifier on. Everybody's in here so far, about 4 of us. K6USY and Group A6S.
Hey, Aaron.
Oh, I know. I've been listening for a couple minutes. I was just getting all my stuff in the right places and get everything going. So, how's it going, Rob?
Rub is going fine.
That's going to be your new nickname.
Yeah, you don't want to rub me wrong, huh?
Might get rubbed out.
Good evening.
The weather was fun today.
Yeah, we had some pretty good lightning blasts coming down to the ground. I could see off towards the northeast there a little bit over by Mooney's Grove and around here. There were pretty good hits coming down.
Hi there.
Hello, Mikey.
I'm pointing down your way looking for KB6RQU and whoever else. I've got no power here, sort of. I'm only charged up to 50%, Aaron. The panels are covered with snow.
Do you have your amp on, Mike?
I got what? I missed the question.
Do you have your amplifier on?
Two.
Hi, Frank.
Hi, Aaron.
I figured someone should let you know that you're here.
I know, and I don't say anything to you, but I always catch it when you make that, when Mikey does it, and you let me know that I'm being heard. Hi.
You're loud and Visalia, Frank.
Oh, good night, or good evening. Yep, you're loud up.
Yeah. The amp is on, but I'm very close to tripping to VSWR, so when I drop out, you guys tell me, okay?
You picked up.
Yeah, you went from about a 4 up to a 9 here.
Yeah, well, it's back on now. But I have so much ice on the snow on my solar panels, I didn't get any charge today. It's hail.
Yeah, you're at 46% right now.
I know, it was 49 when I went out and looked. I said, why is it so low? I don't have any black panels showing. It's all white.
Yeah, I had snow up here. I woke up this morning, and over for the previous 24 hours, I had exactly 2 inches of rain in the gauge. I dumped that out, came out here and was putzing around a little bit. Next thing I know, it started snowing about 7:30, and it didn't stop until 10:30. By that point, I had swept snow off my awning and my solar panels twice, and finally it went away, and then rain, and then some sun, and back and forth, and then it started snowing again this afternoon, and I'm back out to sweeping snow off everything. But we're clear now, so 2 inches of rain. Oh, and another half inch of rain today, so 2.5 inches in the last 36 hours, and about 3 inches of snow overall. K6MYC in the net, W6BBS7.
Yeah, well, you did better than we did. See, we got hail, and it's heavy, and it collapsed the awning that was over the log splitter. The log splitter, luckily the canvas just came down on top of it, so it didn't get wet. But hail is iced up now because it's about freezing temperature here, very close. So overnight it's not going to melt. You had huge piles of ice all around the eaves of the house where it slid off the roof. I got piles of snow or piles of white stuff, 2 and 3 and 4 inches thick, all around the outside of the house and on the grass and everywhere too. But it's really thick where it piled up on the house and then slid off. But it didn't slide off the solar panels, unfortunately.
Yeah, I had hail too, but not a lot of it, and it wasn't real big or real heavy, and it didn't bother me at all. It was just the snow, but, well, we needed the moisture, so at least we got that.
Yeah, well, we had an inch, almost 2 inches this morning when I went out and looked, and that was before all the stuff that happened today.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
Whenever you got some time, I don't want to take it on the net, but I got a not so good story about Signature Solar.
KJ6TYO 1009.
I'm not ignoring you, Mike. I was trying to get my ears turned on here so I could listen on Bluetooth. Good evening, Ron. 1009. Go ahead, Mike.
No, I'll give you a call tomorrow or something. Just tell you about my experience with them and EG4. It's kind of everything else is fine with them, but just a bad situation. But I'll tell you later.
Yeah, okay. I'm sorry you had problems. We've had very good luck with them overall. Frank has been no interface here. I haven't talked to them ever except from a remote sitting position. Frank's got the phone in front of him, and sometimes I'll ask a question or something. But no, they've been very, very helpful for us, and we haven't had any real issues. The panels that were damaged by forklifts somewhere along the way on the first batch were, I guess they've given us credit for those, so we can't complain. Anyway, I'm sorry you had a bad issue there. You might have just gotten the wrong guy to work with there. That's unfortunately not. They got quite a crew there, and sometimes you may not get the best person.
Well, yeah, it nothing to do with the solar panels. No problems there. They took care of me too. Anyway, I'll give you a call.
Okay. In the meantime, let's see. I've got 727. Who was the other one that just checked in?
That was Ron.
Ron, I got 1009. I didn't get that written down yet. Yeah, one.
And make sure you got 1079 and Bozo 1100.
Oh, I got you always in here first, and then 800. And I'm still looking for KB6RQU. Ron, Rick, KB6RQU. We haven't heard you in quite a while. Are you snowed in or rained in, or are you just staying where it's warm? Over. He's so far back from the microphone, I can't hear him. What about you guys?
Nope, can't hear me either, Mike. I don't know if you got me checked in. KM6SR 432.
I do now.
KC5 DTU 712.
Oh, who is that stranger?
He's been in here.
Hello, Aaron. I'm here.
Hiya, Kerry. W6BBS.
Frank, is that you? I haven't heard you in ages. How are you doing up there?
Oh, I'm alive and well. Trying to be snowed in, but I'm just not quite high enough for it to stay. Other than that, doing well. How are you, Kerry?
Doing well. And no snow to report here, but my rain gauge says that we've had over 1.5 inches.
Oh, that's good. I've had 2.5 inches in the last 36 hours, and 2 inches of snow on the ground at one point, and then about 1/2 inch at another point. Hey, Mikey, I worked an interesting call sign a little while ago. And it's no kidding. I'm looking at it on the screen, and it's his call sign and then my call sign. And you guys might get a chuckle out of this, but the call sign is N0FUK. And imagine what that looks like written across the screen. N0 Fox Uniform Kilo.
We used to have a guy, Gordon, up in Seattle that had his W7FU. That was his call sign.
Yeah. There's some good ones out there. I was on FT8, and this guy called me, and I was like, "No, what?" And so, yeah, just funny.
Yep.
Gary Hu, WA6AJ.
Hello, Mike. KC5 DTU.
Hey, Gary. Long time no hear.
Oh, I'm still here. Been trying to kick a bug. Got that conquered, and now on the mend.
Well, that's good. Yeah, I'm getting your emails, and they're very interesting.
Roger that. Stand by to stand by.
Yeah, things seem to be getting a little hot everywhere.
You guys see where what the hell's his name? For God's sake. The Democratic leader of the Senate, I'm going to say Spawn, but it's not Spawn. You know who I'm talking about. He just backed down and said he wants to he doesn't want to let the government go into a shutdown, so he's going to go ahead and vote positively. Hopefully everybody goes along with him.
Yeah, you talking about Schumer?
Yeah, Schumer. I just couldn't bring the name up. I try to forget him sometimes, I think.
You mean Schumstein?
Yeah, whatever.
And hello, Kerry. Long time no hear. Sounds good in Visalia. KC5 DTU, AA6S. I don't know. I had the crud too, and I got about over it. The coughing stuff for about 3 weeks.
Well, you're still there, Bill, so that's a good thing.
Yep, I feel okay now.
Roger that. Hey, has anybody heard? I heard a rumor that BlackRock is filed for bankruptcy.
I heard that, but let me say this, Mike. I mean, Bill is not coughing from the coffin, at least. Over.
Say again on that, Michael?
I said he is not coughing from inside the coffin.
Well, boy, that's going to cause a commotion.
Yes, it would. Okay, yeah, I had heard that. Filed for bankruptcy at the same time they are trying to buy. What is it they're trying to buy? Well, they're trying to buy something very touchy. All the mineral rights to Ukraine or something.
Yeah, they just bought up all of the ports on both sides of the Panama Canal.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. They were buying those from China. I'm not sure they didn't get a bad deal because China didn't have them to sell.
Well, if they go bankrupt, guess who inherited them?
Who?
I think the initials are DJT.
Yeah, I know. Well, we'll see what happens here. That's it's hard to believe that Blackwood would be bankrupt. They would have to make a lot of bad investments because they were really fat.
Right. Roger that, or corrupt.
Well, that too, but they got their fingers in too many things that they shouldn't have their fingers in. I know that.
You and Bill double?
Go ahead, Bill.
I say they are corrupt.
That's the correct word.
Good evening, Kerry. KM6SR here, KC5DTU. Good to hear you on there, Kerry. And you know what you should tell Bill and Mike is that if they just tune in here like last night, they would have heard you. Over.
I was here.
but I didn't hear them, so that doesn't count.
I was out because you were too late.
No, like I said, it doesn't count because they didn't hear me.
I don't remember, Kerry, but I thought you checked in last night.
That's affirmative, I did.
I heard you.
Yeah, I was throwing a pun at Bill and Mike.
Yeah.
982's here.
982. Good evening, Daryl.
Good evening, gentlemen. I was just been sitting here listening.
Hey, Kerry, are we going to see you at the club meeting tomorrow night? K6USY.
Yeah, that's affirmative. I heard it's going to be pretty good, Aaron. I'll be there, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Roger, roger.
I think we're still up for it. I'll confirm that before we're through the rest of the evening here with Judy, but I think we're okay to go there. We had a long day in town today. This insurance saga thing is really funny. I've been fighting it because I switched over to Humana, which was a bad choice for me. And Humana has two different companies that actually fund them or pay the bills for Humana. One is Santee and the other one is Central Valley something or other. And you've got to be aligned with either one or both, and have it on your card. I took my card into a doctor's appointment today, and my card had Dr. Dan listed on it. But I thought we had already fixed up, and I had the appointment with the doctor, and we went ahead and they gave me the appointment and all the rest of that. We get in there, and then they said, "No, your card's no good. We can't take you in." Because it's got Dr. Dan's name on there. I put Dr. Dan's name on there, then it's no good. Then I put Dr. Dan's name with Santee. That's no good. We got to have Dr. Dan's name with Central Valley. Oh, okay. No, we don't want Dr. Dan. We want Dr. Bonadelli with Santee. Oh, no, that's no good. So I haven't been able to get anything co-paid. I've paid for everything I've done so far since the first of the year. Unbelievably confusing.
Let you pay cash.
Yeah, I did.
Hey, Daryl, how much snow you got?
We got about 4 inches, but it didn't hang around. It's gone.
Boy, ours is staying. I got 2 inches of hail here. We probably got a solid inch of hail, but more than that, as it slid off the roof, and I've got piles and piles of snow all around the roof or hail. It's little tiny pellets, just slightly smaller than BBs.
We used to call that popcorn snow.
Yeah. Well, it's more like BBs, and it's really dangerous to walk on. It's roly-poly time.
Yeah, it's a valley snow.
And it's cold enough, it's going to stay all night. All my solar panels are covered. I got about 6 inches of panel on each one of the panels showing, and that's it.
Well, that's going to cut down on efficiency.
Yes, it does. I only got charged up to 49% today.
Boy, don't you hate it when you have to give money to PG&E?
Well, yeah, we're probably going to be on PG&E, but by the time we get down to 30%, it kicks PG&E in. 30% of battery capability.
Well, you got it set that way. You wouldn't have to leave it that way.
Well, I could let it run down to a point where it would damage the batteries, yeah.
Oh, well, no, you don't want to do that.
Comment?
Go ahead, Frank.
The reason we're at 30% is, yes, we can run those down to 5%, no problem, even a little bit lower. But we stay at 30% and kick PG&E in. That way, if we get in the situation where the batteries are low and PG&E goes out, Mikey at least has some battery left for a while to get by the PG&E outage. And by the time he uses up that 30%, PG&E should, in theory, be back on, or sun coming up or something. So that was a thing we experimented with and was discussed. It's actually for a reason that it's at 30. Over.
Yeah, good explanation, Frank. I remember that. We going through that, but I'd forgotten why we set the 30, but that's why. So we had a little reserve, Daryl.
Okay, yeah, no, dear Frank explained it. Makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah, it cost me a little bit. I was telling people the other day, and then we'll get on with the net here, but on December, I have the last bill I got was a February bill from PG&E, and it listed December. My payments in December, listed my payments in January, and I listed my payment due in February. And because of the panels and the improvement and all that stuff that we've been adding, new panels and all that sort of stuff, December was about $300. January was $170, $180, something like that, and February was $70. So we only probably used 3 or 4 days at the most. So there you go. Probably didn't even get 3 full days of use. We go down to 30, and then it kicks in, and it stays on until it gets to 40. And then if it's got sun by that time, the sun picks it up and goes higher. Otherwise, it goes. I don't know. Does it stay on while it's 40, Frank, and back to 30, or how does that work?
No, just the PG&E connection. Once the battery's back to 40, it shuts off the PG&E connection, and then you're back on battery. And if it gets down to 30 again, it'll turn around and kick it back on and charge it back to 40, and it'll just keep doing that cycle. Over.
Yeah, that's right. That's what it does. Okay, so there you are, Daryl.
I think that's pretty cool. Now, I rather imagine you could do the same thing. You could set it to make a generator start when it gets to 30%, like at Frank's house.
Yeah, I have a generator, but it's up on the water system. I'm not that critical. You know, it's not that touchy. Man, if it costs me a few dollars to get through a bad day like today with the hail, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, I got you. All right, gentlemen, we're on with the net. Thank you for the explanation.
Hey, yeah, Daryl, you can look all this stuff up on, you go to Signature Solar and look at the EG4 18K PV. They're 100% programmable. We can do anything with any power source, a generator, a PG&E source, solar. We can use the PG&E line. I mean the generator line, and actually hook PG&E power from a second source to that, and so on and so forth. And we can tell it when to turn everything on and off and do anything we want. And they're very programmable. And once you figure them all out, they work very well. Over.
Yeah, okay, well, I know where to look now.
All righty. All right, let's see. Let me give another call down there for our long-lost 61, old Bozy 61. Bozo, not Bozy. Bossy 61. Bozo 61. KB6RQU. How about it, Rick? K6MYC. And I hear you, Dane. Good evening. WB6JMP, take one. I don't hear Rick, so it's yours, and then we'll go looking for, well, what are we going to do? I guess we're going to go over towards Santa Cruz. Go ahead, Dane.
Okay, Mike, I'm just running Epicenter. I'm reporting 1.2 inches of rain over the last 24 hours, so that's about it. And of course, we had snow.
If you just got here, I had a lot of hail. The hail was so severe, it tore Matt's big awning off of his big motorhome. It wrecked the brackets. It ripped the metal up from the weight from the hail. The rain wouldn't have been a problem because it just runs off, but the hail is piled up. I had a tarp stretched out over and tied off to cover my chainsaw. The hail came down, and I got a pile of hail about 6 inches deep all along that, and it collapsed the thing and broke the cables, or pulled the eyes out of the tarp or whatever. So a lot of damage due to hail. It wouldn't have been a problem with just water, but the hail has given us trouble here. So much for that. We got 2 inches, almost 2 inches of rain this morning by the time I got up. So, and all the rest of that stuff that we've had today, rain off and on, and now the hail probably pushing toward 3 inches. So we got hit hard here.
Okay, well, I'm showing previous day. I'm showing just over 1 inch, and then another inch today. So, it all adds up.
Yeah, very good. All right, let's see. KB6RQU, last call, Rick, K6MYC in the Bozo group. Over. Anybody else in the San Joaquin or hearing my voice, please check in now. K6MYC.
K6MTS, 680, Mike.
PYP, Visalia.
Oh, there they are. W6PYP. What was it? What was the number, Greg?
Yeah, Mike, 583, 583.
583, very good. 583, and also Mark there, K6MTS, 680. Go ahead, Mark.
Yes, sir. Hello, Mike. 2 inches of rain today. We had about 1 inch of snow, and excuse me, maybe some more tonight.
Yeah, apparently you dodged the hail. I didn't get snow. We just got hail. It never snowed here. But there must have been this real frozen cloud that came over the top of us, and man, did it dump. I was in the house, and I was sleeping in the chair watching Laura somewhere around 4:30, and all of a sudden, here comes this huge roar from outside, and it was the hail hitting our roof on the outside over the patio. Boy, oh boy, what noise. I thought it was just rain, but it was the hail. I didn't realize it. Matt was up on the man lift when it went off, and by the time they got down, they were covered with hail and soaking wet. And then he had put his awning out so he could drive his truck under it and work with the tools and stuff, and the hail collapsed the awning, so it's not good. All right. Anybody else? How about, let's see. I think we got everybody. I didn't get much comment from 1009. Ron, are you still here? Ron must have been gone back into the house where it's warmer. All right, I'm heading towards Santa Cruz then. K6MYC, Bozo Net. Okay, there we are over toward Santa Cruz. This amplifier is only kicked out once. I think the VSWR has gotten a little better. I must be drying out the connectors up there or something. Something's got some VSWR, but maybe it's just the hail sticking to the elements. It's not serious, but it's much worse VSWR than I normally have to live with here. KW6S, KW6 Sugar, or AF6 United, K6MYC, calling and listening.
K6MYC, KW6S, 610.
Good evening there, 610. Good to hear you. And you probably heard the stories about the hail that we had here. Hail and rain. Everybody's had between 1.5 inches and 2 or 3 inches of rain so far So we're getting hit pretty hard. How about you over there on the coast? You were supposed to get a lot of water too, but I don't think you had the hail. KW6S, K6MYC.
Yeah, we didn't have any hail here, but I hear reports around town, and so we must be getting some. It's hard for me to tell how much it's rained. I don't have a rain gauge anymore, and since we put the double pane windows, I don't hear it pounding outside like I used to. And of course, my hearing's not maybe as good as it used to be either. But it rained really hard at times, and then it would clear up and be just a nice, almost passable walk around outside day. So we had a little bit of everything over here. But it sounds like you're really getting it, caught up on the water. You have to check the pond now.
And we would have, but it's been raining intermittently. In fact, just about the time it was that hail started, it was sunny. And it had gotten warm sun anyway. The sun was coming through, blazing through. It was warm. I stood outside for a few minutes and felt the sun, and Matt and the boys were down at the tower finishing up this work on the log. And I went back in the house and sat down, and a few minutes later I fell asleep, and then I got woke up by this terrible noise. And it was dark, and here comes the hail. So it's we've had that intermittent sunlight, hail, rain, hail, sunlight all day long. I think 2 hailstorms. The second one really got me. Anyway, let's see. You want to take a standby and listen hard. I'll see if we can hear Lee tonight with his small antenna. AF6 United, AF6U. How about it, Lee? K6MYC in the group. Over. Hear him, Tom.
Well, I'm not hearing anything either. I kind of thought he'd be here tonight. AF6 United, KW6S. Very good. Mike, were you hearing that at all?
Yes, I can hear him, but I can't copy him. He's readability 3, Lee. Readability 3. I could get it if you just gave your call. If you just gave your call on a report, I would get it. That's readability 3. And that's what I'm hearing at the moment. So it's kind of weak, much weaker than normal. And Tom's not particularly strong. He's okay because he's got power. And it's hard to tell the difference, but you're weaker than normal here. But thanks for checking in. I'm glad you apparently are. He's not hearing me very well, or he would have come back to my call, I think, Lee, Tom. So let me shoot it back to Lee, and if he doesn't pick it up, you pick it up, Tom. AF6 United to take it, K6MYC. Go ahead, Lee. I can just... Okay. He's not copying very well, and I'm not doing well. I heard him say, I can just barely hear you or something. Tom, go ahead.
Yeah, he said he's hearing you about the same. You guys just are like right at the threshold of each other. And so he says that he was president and would like to be accounted for as 1098, the countdown Bozo.
And we got him down as 1098 for some strange reason. How about that? Okay, very good. Well, Lee, I'm sorry we're not doing better. You need to get that Quaggy back up just another 3 or 4 dB, and you'd be Q5 here. Surprised you're not hearing my smashing 700 or 800 watts here. Anyway, 73's Lee, 73. Thanks for calling in. And Tom, you wrap it up, and then I'll go to the Bay Area, K6MYC to KW6F.
Very good, Mike. Yeah, we'll catch you Sunday night, I think, on 2 meters. And next week I'm going to be absent most of the week. I have a granddaughter coming into town, and that's a lot of activities planned around that. So we'll be here Monday night, but from then on, probably not. Anyway, K6MYC, KW6S.
Okay, why don't you bump down toward Fresno and give the guys in Fresno a call, see if anybody else wants to say hello. Everybody's here. Rob is here, and Mike is here, and so is Bill. So give a call, and we'll stand by. Go ahead, Tom.
Okay, I just moved down the antenna. This is actually a heading. I get a little peek on you on 1296, Mike. KW6S.
KW6S, AA6S. Good evening, Tom. Making it down here at Q5, no problem. KW6S, AA6S, over.
Very good. Bill, yeah, you're doing a really good bang-up job here, too. No multi-pass warbling or anything. So we'll get back going here back towards Fresno a little bit. AA6S, KW6S.
QSL there, Tom. Take care. KW6S, AA6S. 73s, and thanks for the contact.
Very good, yeah. K6MYC, KW6S. Yeah, let's see, Ken's not around, is he?
Ken is not here yet. He was in here last night for a while at the end, and but he's not around right now. But let's see. I think Mike is here, so maybe Ken will pop in. Mike, give Tom a call. Go ahead, Mike.
Okay, KW6S, WA6AAJ, you're about Q5 right now, over.
Yeah, you're doing real good here, too. WA6AHA, KW6S. Yeah, boy, you're doing real good tonight here. Maybe best I've heard you in a while.
Roger. Yeah, your signal's up pretty good tonight, so good copy. All right, Tom, thanks for the contact, and 73, KW6S, WA6AJ.
Okay.
WA6AHA, KW6S, and back to you, the other Mike.
Okay, let's see if Frank's doing any good with you. Frank, you got him?
Which one of them? I've got most of them.
Tom.
Tom, real good. KW6S, W6BBS, 5 and 9.
Very good, Frank. Yeah, you're doing real good here tonight. Just the strongest of anybody by quite a bit. WA6BBS, KW6S.
Oh, I gained an A in my call that time. Very good. All right, yeah, good evening, Tom. And FYI, Mike, I was hearing Lee a little bit. It was pretty rough, but just a little bit. And so, anyways, back to net, W6BBS.
Yeah, well, you have to, if you got a sharp antenna, you have to go a little south of Tom for peaking on Lee. You may have done that, but he was Q4 at times. His last transmission, I got most of it, so it was marginal, but really marginal, but he was there. Thanks for that. How about you, Rob?
I'm hearing Tom kind of up and down, so I'm not sure if he can hear me. KW6S, this is Kilo Mike 6, Sierra Romeo, over.
Apparently you don't have much on Rob tonight. SRR. Go ahead, Tom.
No, at one point I thought I maybe could hear something down right at the noise floor, and then that even went away, so I'm not hearing Rob at all.
He says you're going up and down and in and out of the noise. So, yeah, and you got more power than he has. I think he's only got 70 watts there. So, there you go. Okay, well, good. Does anybody else want to try with Tom before we go into the Bay Area? K6MYC, Bozo Net. All quiet. So, we'll see you Sunday night. Tom, thanks much. Good to hear you. Thanks to Lee as well for being there. Hey, KF6 United and KW6S, K6MYC going into the Bay Area. And standing by for probably KD6S okay, Fred.
Hey, good evening, Mike. It's Fred here. How are you? How's my signal? The high winds the day before pushed my antenna around, and I tried to move it back, but I'm not sure if I'm in the right direction or not. I mean, I think I'm generally pointed at you, but let me know what my signal looks like, Mike. Go ahead.
Yeah, Roger. Well, you're not far off of your peak, so you're fine. Lots of signal to spare here, Fred. Good copy. Good to hear you. Thanks for checking in here on 432. We had rain, hail, and other things. Some people had snow. I had hail here today, which caused some damage to awnings and things because it's so heavy it collapsed things. Had quite a bit of hail, not just a little bit. I got piles of hail all around the edges of my house that don't have gutters. Where the hail slid off. My solar panels are covered except for about 20%, completely covered, and now unfortunately they didn't charge up very well, charge the batteries very well. KD6S okay, K6MYC in the Bozo.
Yeah, QSL, Mike. Yeah, we had hail here today too. I had hail in the backyard. It really came down hard. It went for about 10 or 15 minutes, and then it turned the whole lawn white, front and back. And I was amazed. And they were big chunks of ice. I would say like pea size, green pea size hail. That was amazing. And it's cold. And I looked at Mount Hamilton. It's covered in snow right now. I went out to Los Gatos this afternoon. It's completely covered in snow. It's cold out tonight. And I'm looking back east here, and I see a full moon. Are you going to stay up tonight at 10 o'clock to see the eclipse?
No, I forgot about it. I didn't know about the eclipse, so that'll be interesting. We'll be up at 10 o'clock, so if we have no overcast, we should be able to see it, over.
Yeah, that's right. And I think it's kind of clear now. There's not any clouds, but it's supposed to rain again on Saturday. But boy, that hail really surprised me. It was coming down so hard. That was amazing.
Yeah, ours was not that big. Ours was the size of BBs. Not peas, so it looks like snow, but when you pick it up, it's circular, like little balls, maybe BB size, over.
Yeah, QSL. Yeah, these were bigger than BBs. These were they looked like peas. I was amazed at the size. I picked up a handful of those, and I was going to put it in the freezer. I said, no, never mind. It's going to melt anyway. But that was an amazing day to see that hail come down so hard.
Yeah, I'm surprised you got it over there. A lot of people over here did not get hail. They got rain, but they didn't get hail. So you got it, I got it, but other people in between us didn't get any.
Yeah, maybe somebody else on the net tonight will report that they got hail. It was just a cell that came through. That was amazing. We got a lot of rain. We got about an inch of rain in the past day or so, so it's a lot of precipitation. Now cold air is coming in. Boy, it's chilly outside.
Yeah, it's nippy here, too. That's the hail of it. All right. Let you go. Let's see who else is in here. Stick around. Maybe you can help me with somebody I might not hear, Fred. Stick around a few minutes here. How about Jim, WB6JNN? How about it, Jim?
KB6BA.
I don't hear Jim, but I do hear Oliver. Go ahead, Oliver.
Good evening, Fred and Mike. Yeah, I went out for a hike. The rain sprinkles, a bit chilly. I finished my quota for the week, and I have to check the rainfall totals to see how the Bay Area is doing. But rain is good. K6MYC, KB6BA 900, over.
Yeah, we got your 900. Thank you, Oliver. And you probably heard my stories about hail. Most people got snow now. Frank up above me got 2.5 inches of snow, but he didn't get the hail. Fred got hail, so it's spotty. It's really funny. Some people got hail, somebody got no snow and just rain, and no hail either. So, kind of a funny storm, but a lot of little cells all over the place. Good deal. So you probably didn't do too much hiking today. KB6BA for your final, Oliver. K6MYC, over.
Yeah, actually I went for a short hike in the hills above Milpitas, the same one I do every week. I look at the weather radar, and if I see a window and the gap in the weather radar cloud masses, I can get out for an hour or two and get away with some sprinkles, and that's what's happened today. Over.
Yeah, very good, very good. Did you have sun?
About 50%.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we have intermittent sun and hail and rain and snow and sunlight, hail, rain, and then back to sunlight again, and just back to overcast. So it was an odd day, full of everything. All right, take care, and we'll see who else is in here, and we'll look for you on Sunday night.
Okay, and also listening for WB6JNN, 73 KB6BN.
Thank you. Jim, go ahead. I don't hear JNN yet. Let's see what happens here. Anybody else in the Bay Area? We've got quite a few people that should check in. WA6AXX, K6KLY, AB6SR, KT2G, KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie, W6PQL. Anybody?
K6KLY.
There he is, 111. Good evening, Russ. How are you? And I bet you got some stuff up there, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. We got plenty of rain here last night and this morning, that's for sure. But right now it's breaking apart. It's partly clear skies up here now. Over.
And I guess there's an eclipse tonight, so maybe you can keep an eye out for that about 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I did hear something about that, but I didn't know what the details were. 10 o'clock. Oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah, right. So we're going to try and remember to get out there and take a peek. If we got no cloud cover, we should be able to get... I saw the moon last night, so it should be out tonight. All right, let's see. Stay with us and see if you can hear anybody that I'm not hearing here. QRZ Bay Area 432 Bozo Net, K6MYC.
W6PQL. 6 Whiskey November India 1090.
Okay, I hear you, Gary, and Jim, I've got you, no problem, stand by. WB6WNI, I think this is the best I've heard you on 432. Gary, go ahead.
Well, thank you, Mike. It is a nice signal as usual. Noise level is like non-existent, so everything's coming loud and clear. I won't keep it because guess what? We're in the middle of dinner. However, I think I heard Ross. I want to tell you, I tried you on 2 meters with bad condition, but you were right, Mike. I was calling you on 6 meters, and you said you were going to check me in because I heard this on YouTube. I'm glad you did. You heard me, and I want to thank Russ for the relay, or at least calling for me. So, yes, I just want to confirm that was me on 6 meters. Anyway, Mike, nothing more. And talk with you again on Sunday. And we had a ton of rain down here as well. K6MYC, W679.
Okay, very good, Gary. Well, you got a wonderful signal tonight on 432. I think this is the best that we have heard you. Certainly no worse than this. But very, very nice signal. So good to hear you. Okay, on your rain. You've got something that's just not right on the 6-meter system. Either the antenna isn't working or feed line's bad or something. Something's not right on 6. You're so good on all the other bands that we should be hearing you much, much, much better on 6. So something to look into it when the weather gets a little better. 7-3, Gary, thanks for checking in here, and we'll stand by and see what Jim W6PQL has. Jim, drag your feet and see if JNN is in there. Otherwise, pick it up. W6PQL, K6MYC in the Bozo Net.
Okay, didn't hear Jim in there yet, but I'm sure he'll be around. Not much happening here as far as weather. We had a lot of rain overnight, and I measured about 1 inch this morning when I got up. And checked it. I think I checked it about 8 a.m. No hail, so that passed us. I guess Fred got all the hail over there in the Bay Area, but just 1 inch of rain, which is good. We're almost at normal levels for this time of year. I expect that by the time we're done with April that we'll have average rainfall. So I don't see that we're going to have a problem this year. And yes, that's it. K6MYC W6PQL.
Okay, you don't run 52 tonight?
No, we just do 222 and 1296. That's it.
Yeah, you keep telling me that, but I keep thinking it's one of. I'm 2 out of 3. Okay, let's put it that way. 432 knot. Okay, very good. Well, at the little cells of hail all over the place, apparently. We'll find out who else had hail here tonight. Thanks for checking in. Let's see. I haven't heard him. I missed him last night. I thought he would get there. We gave him lots of time. KB6 Whiskey, Foxtrot Charlie, KB6 WFC. How about it, Mike? K6 MYC in the Bozo Net. Over. Oh boy, nothing heard. You want to make one big call there, Jim?
Yeah, he's probably not here. He generally, if he hears you, he calls, even though you may not hear him. But let's try it. KB6 WFC. Mike, are you up there in Daly City? Are you home? W6 PQL.
Just give out a general call for anybody we might have missed.
Might have heard Mike in there very, very faintly. It could be that his antennas are twisted around. Give me a second. I'm going to turn towards San Francisco here. He's up the back of the antenna. So this is not going to work very well for you while I'm doing this. But we'll check and see if Mike is audible when I point directly at him. And that's coming up in just a second here. Should be right about here. TV6 WSC, W6 PQL. Okay. Mike's not in there, but you probably won't hear me say that until I get back over your way, Mikey. So just give me a few more degrees here to get on you again. That's the false direction I just passed. Coming back up on your direction right about here. There we go. Mike's not there.
I could copy you all the way around. And you were better off the back than you were off the sides. So when you were pointed right at Mike, you were easy copy. Marginal copy of the rest of the directions, but still Q5. Over.
Yeah, we must be bouncing off of Mount San Pius. I noticed that when you point at San Francisco, you're louder than when you point directly at me.
Yeah, well, Matt, you're not that far off of that heading.
Yeah, it really makes a difference. You're actually north of San Francisco when I hear you the best.
Yeah, isn't that something? Okay, one last call. Bay Area. We may come back at the end of the net. K6MYC, Bay Area check-ins, please.
Kilo 6, Whiskey India Sugar.
Well, you're not in the Bay Area, but we'll take you, Paul. Good evening. K6WYS, and you can tell me if you've got any relays. Over.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. K6MYC in the group. This is K6WYS near Placerville. No relays, but your signal is pretty good on the bounce pass, about a 553 right now. And good evening to Jim, W6PQL. You're just fine as you were swinging by my heading there, so good evening there to Jim. So back to net control there, Mike. Over.
Yeah, Roger, Paul, very good. Solid copy. I went back and forth on you, but we pretty much had the peak. So, okay, and I did hear, I did work Dennis, by the way. Dennis was going to come back in here. He must have gotten distracted because I worked him about 6:45. So I've got him listed down. So if he pops up somewhere along the line, tell him he is checked in. And he said he was going to get some relays, but if, of course, he doesn't check in, I'm not going to get his relays. I did work N1 PPP last night, direct path, very, very poor conditions, up and down, and he was not hearing me very well. I was copying him, and then he would come back, sounding like he was paying more attention to listening to me on the stream than off air, so he doesn't hear very well up there. Good to hear you, Paul, and we'll look for you Sunday night, of course. Hopefully you'll feel okay. I know you have your downturn there. You're in the middle of your downturn. K6WYS, K6MYC.
Okay, K6MYC, this is K6WYS. About a 4x1
4x1, but still fairly good copy here. Wind hold at 73, K6WI is clear.
Okay, well, you're Q5, very Q5 and S3, so I don't know why I would be down to 1. But I may have some water on the antennas, and maybe they're not working just right. I do have some VSWR. Okay, 7-3, Paul, and we'll take a standby here and see if there's, let's see, 177 KE6QR, KE6 Queen Radio. Are you there, Gary, K6MYC? Okay, nothing heard. How about Ken, N6 Radio Oscar, Radio Oakley, N6 Radio Oakley, K6MYC, calling and listening.
K6MYC, N6RO, loud and clear, Bozo 835, Charlie Mike 97, temperature range 42 to 58. Dinner was chicken Caesar salad, but I'm going to have some shrimp and crab Louis later on after my Zoom meeting. It's the normal Thursday night congestion. What else? That's it, N6RO.
Okay, very good. Did you get rain or hail up there? We had serious hail here today.
Not that bad. Yesterday was, both days, yesterday and today were very chilly. We had a half an inch of rain yesterday and a few hundredths very early this morning, right after midnight. We didn't have the winds that some of the Bay Area had, but they were still pretty high. Just sort of nasty out, N6RO.
Yeah, it's cold everywhere, but funny because Fred over there in Cupertino had hail. Nobody else reported hail except for here. I had hail. Frank up in the 12 miles north of me in Corshgold only had snow. So it was kind of a funny bunch of cells. Some had snow, some had cold air, some had rain, some had nothing. And we had sunlight, we had rain, and we had hail. So it was a very mixed day. Temperature now is pushing probably toward freezing. I've got hail covering up my solar panels, so I didn't charge up past 49% today. So the hail stayed on the panels, and I've only got about 6 inches of panel showing on each panel. Over.
KM6SR.
Well, it's somewhat typical in March and April to get this kind of convection in the small cells after the front goes through. Anyway, I got to run to the Zoom, and we'll see you on Sunday night, N6RO.
Okay, stay just a second. Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, Mike, I forgot to mention to you, we had rain this morning all night. I woke up, real heavy noise. It was hail. And then a little later on, another half hour later, we had some snowfall, but nothing stuck. And then sunshine and rain this afternoon. KM6SR.
Okay, so your hail came early in the day, or early morning, and ours was midday, probably closer to 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. All right. 7-3, I can't know you want to go off to Zoom there. I wasn't sure if Rob had something for you specifically there. Thanks, and we'll see you Sunday night. Do you have any contests this weekend, Ken?
Nothing serious. I may dabble in something, but our big one is the following weekend, the WPX sideband. See you Sunday, N6RO.
7-3, thank you.
1179.
Okay, there he is, KD6 Whiskey Victor Lima. Good evening, John. 1179. Good to hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, Mike, I thought I'd grab you right now. I can hear you sounding pretty good. A little bit of noise tonight, but I'm copying.
Okay, very good. I'm trying to maneuver around my cat here. She's sitting on my log sheet, so I had to write you off to the side. You are right next to the cat's butt, John, over.
Oh, okay, that's funny. Yeah, I had my bearded dragon sitting on top of the radio a couple nights ago. She likes it because it's warm.
This one here likes to lay in front of the fire. She lays down on the rug I've got in front of the fireplace to keep any sparks from burning my wood floor there. And she likes that. It's just far enough away from the fireplace that she gets nice and warm, but there's never any danger of fire or getting too hot. And she sleeps there a good part of the day when I got the fire going, like I did today. All right. Good to hear you, John. Thanks again for your consistent check-in here. Very nice to hear you regularly here. KD6 Whiskey Victor Lima for your final K6MYC. Did you get hail today?
You know, Mike, the rain kind of went around us. We got a little bit of rain, but not much. You know, it's kind of weird how it just wraps around my desk. So, hey, thanks for the check-in, and have a good evening, KD6WBL.
Okay, I guess you didn't hear my question. Did you get any hail today? We got rain and hail, over.
No, negative, no hail. Barely got any rain.
Okay, because we got 2 inches of rain, plus more. I haven't measured it since the hail came, so we might have close to 3. A lot of rain down here. Okay, 7-3. Thank you, John. Good to hear you, as I said. KD6 Whiskey Victor Lima, KD6 K6MYC. Listening for anybody else before we go to Sacramento. Okay, here we are up in towards Sacramento. K06KD, K6MYC.
Yep, good evening, Mike. K6MYC and the Bozos from K06KD, number 776. How copy?
Copy you fine, Bill, and there was somebody else underneath you. Who was the other one?
Whiskey Baker number 6, India Sugar Ocean.
Okay, I had you already, Dennis. WB6ISO and K06HS. This cat is insisting on sitting right on the paper here. 776. I'll write you down on the other side of the cat's butt. We got you surrounded, or we've got her surrounded now. What, Bozo members? Anyway, thank you, Dennis. Did you get any other check-ins, Dennis?
No, but 756 is there checking in. Hello, Darren. 756, go ahead.
Well, let's see, Mike, can you hear me? 756, Kilo Julia 6, Kilo Foxtrot Bravo.
Yeah, good signal for 20 watts, Darren. KG6 KFB, K6MYC. No problem. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got a little multi-pass on you here, but full copy. I know Bill's, he's dialing over. I told you.
You were strong. Now you kind of dropped down, and I missed the last sentence or so. But otherwise, pretty good copy on you. Pretty strong when you were there, and pretty good signal for 20 watts, Darren. Thank you for being there. And let's turn it back over to Bill, and I'll peek on you again, Bill. I can move in the NTAC panel back and forth here, so I may be all over the place. And then we'll go up and see. I don't know if John's going to be there or not. He's starting to have trouble climbing those stairs. K06 KD, K6MYC.
Hello, Bill.
Hello, Dennis. And, Mike, John gave me a text message last night and said that he would not be checking in last night, nor will he be checking in tonight. It's not because of his back and his pelvic area. It's because he and his wife are celebrating their anniversary. So he just asked if I would be sure and check him in tonight and last night because he's spending time with his wife over.
Okay, very good. I'll check him in, and I thank you for that. And, yeah, we worked him last night. We had pretty good conditions on 1296, strangely enough. We had, we were copied each other every single transmission. There was no transmissions which were blotto. Some weren't very good copy, but some were perfect copy. So it wasn't too bad on 1296, all things considered. Thank you, Bill. And I should be in there in the morning, I think, tomorrow. There shouldn't be any reason why we can't get here. It was very dark this morning when we woke up at 7:30 to get going at 8:30. I did listen on the frequency about 5 minutes before 8:30, but I heard nobody, so I turned the radio off. But I didn't want to make a call because I was going to be walking out the door at 8:30, which we did. All right. right, 7-3, Bill, and let's see. Hang on. Something.
As far as this morning, Mike.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Bill. I had to turn the audio down for a second. Judy just walked in. She's going to hear it come in and finish up the Bozo log. Go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, okay. The guys that were up on 138, the guy out of Colorado and whatever, they were there until about 8:30, and it was after that I found there was a couple of guys, one guy up in Montana, and then eventually Frankie came in, and then Phil was there, and anyway, we just had a grand old time, just watching it snow and talking about things. We had a really, really good QSO. We must have been here till close to 10:30 this morning before things kind of started to separate, but had a really nice time. I'm sorry you had to miss it. We never did hear from Bob. Over.
I'll be darned. I thought he was going to be in there, but he might have been hurting because he went back and did his first what it isn't called exercise, but it's his workout. He hadn't done a workout for a month, so he might have been under the weather. Hopefully not. Maybe just busy. Okay, well, I'm glad you caught everybody finally. And AI7D is the Montana station. That's Mark. He used to be my neighbor when I lived in Friant, right in Friant. He was right across the street from me. And he's now in Montana, and pretty good signal down here most of the time. He and Phil heard each other quite nicely the other morning. It's Mark, Alpha India 7 Delta. That's probably who you were talking about in Montana there. He's always running 100 watts in a vertical that's on the ground almost, over.
Yes, that's exactly right. You've got a tremendous memory. Yes, that's exactly what it was. He wanted to talk to Phil about the dimensions of his loop antenna, and he was very weak for me, but we were able to carry on a conversation. His not terribly good conditions this morning, lots of atmospheric problems, but he did say he listens a lot, and he'll be joining us again. And yes, he did mention that he was your former, I guess he lived across the street. So, all right, you've got it all figured out. 7-3 to you and Judy and the rest of the net, and we'll look for you in the morning, God willing. K6NYC and the Bozos, KO6KD73.
Okay, fine, Bill. Yeah, it was Mark. Yeah, if I backed out of my driveway, which was on the south side of the street, if I backed out and went straight across the street, I'd back right into his driveway. I mean, our driveways were absolutely dead in line with each other. So that's being across the street in every sense of the word, over.
How funny. Oh, that's great. Yeah, really, if you're both backing out at the same time, you'd meet in the middle there, right where the white line was, and so now who's responsible? Well, anyway, that's funny. Well, he was had lots of good things to say, and seemed like a very personable guy, and wants to get he wants to get an amplifier, and he wants a better antenna than the 17-foot whip.
Oh yeah, no, he'll improve things. He's just fighting 2 feet of snow. At least the last time I talked to him, he said still about 2 feet of snow on the ground, and a little bit mushy. So yeah, it's not exactly antenna working weather. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, you're right. That's exactly where it was at. But he just said that the thaw is on its way, so his mind is starting to think towards better antennas.
There you go. Okay, well, I should be there in the morning, give or take a few minutes. Don't get panicked if I don't show up until 8:45, but it depends on what the daylight looks like outside. By the way, somebody reported there's a lunar eclipse tonight, so we should look at 10 o'clock, maybe a little bit before 10 o'clock, for a lunar eclipse if you have a clear sky, over.
Yes, it's a blood moon. It's a blood moon, so I heard it was going to be later than that. It was going to be closer to midnight, but no, unfortunately, I will not be able to partake. That's one of the disappointments. But you go on and take a look at it and report in the morning at what it looks like. It should be quite impressive.
Well, if it's what could be a full moon, which would be a full moon, if it's 11 o'clock or 10 o'clock, it should be pretty high. So we should be able to get it just by stepping out on the door and looking over the roof and upward. I may have to dodge around my pine trees and my redwood trees as well, but we'll look for it anyway.
Okay. Well, enjoy it if you're able to see it.
Yeah, I will. I'll report it Sunday night if anybody remembers to mention it. There's so many other things going on. It's kind of low profile, low priority, but it's still interesting. All right, 7-3, Bill. I'll take a standby and see if there's anybody else here before we go on up to well, I don't know if there's going to be anybody, but I can try Nevada just quickly.
Well, if you can hear me, N5 MPD 1129.
Okay, very good, Bill. 73. So I hear 1129 in there. N5 NPD pointed not at you, but hear you fine. Go ahead, Brett.
Oh, very good. Yep, just checking in here. I switched over here before I went inside, and I heard you talking. So, anyhow, hello, Judy. Hello. Everyone have a great evening.
Brett. Yeah, Judy says hello. Good signal, booming signal, considering I'm not pointing at you. I'm clear up at 330, usually about 320, 282, I should say. 282 to 289 is about where you peak. So I'm at 330, so quite a ways off of you. Must be getting you on some kind of a bounce here. In any case, very nice signal across the valley. Plus, you and I have a line of sight, so I guess it doesn't matter where you're pointing or where I'm pointing. I'm going to hear you. If you're radiating, I'm hearing it. So much for that. Anyway, thanks for checking in, Brett. Good to hear you. And we'll look for you Sunday night. N5 NPD in Newman, K6MYC.
All right, Mike. Yep, we'll look for you there on Sunday night. Yep, you're right up there. There's nothing in between us. So, anyhow, have a great evening. We'll catch you on Sunday.
1129. Okay. Anybody else in the Sacramento area or any place within the sound of my voice, please check in now. K6MYC. Quiet. Let's go to Nevada quickly. I don't expect anybody. Okay, Nevada. Roger, Larry. Nice signal coming up your way. I hear you. We should be able to copy your sideband there. And the 7WT, what a surprise. You must have got the antennas aligned, or at least on us here. And 7 Whiskey Tango, K6MYC, over. We got you, Larry. You're not very strong, but you're Q5 and S0. Q5 and signal strength 0, but Q5. Good to hear you on 432. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very much for checking in here on 432. I don't think Daniel's got his antennas up, so you probably have not heard from Daniel. I think you're the only one up there on 432 right now, Larry. Back to you, N7 Whiskey Tango, K6MYC, over.
Roger, K6MYC, N7WG. No, I haven't heard Daniel. Haven't heard anybody in a while. Really rough the copy book. Just information. Of all things today, ZL3RJ at 2058-205. We'll be able to get here into the Garberville area. Chili and Hudson L. Today's message. First, won't be a long time on
outstanding. ZL and all on Chile on 6 meters today. Good news. All FT8, of course, over. All on Fox Tango 8, FT8, Larry.
I didn't see the Fox Tango 8. I just was seeing ZLs and Charlie Echoes out of South America and also New Zealand, over.
Yeah, but was it on sideband or FT8, over?
Roger, FT8, nothing on sideband, FT8 only.
Roger, that's what I thought. Okay, that's too bad, but at least the band was open. That's good news. I guess we're coming into the F2 season. So we might expect some more of that. Very good, Larry. Well, thank you very much. I don't know, anybody else copying Larry here in Nevada? Go ahead.
The copy is real off tonight. I lost my 432 preamp. I no longer have a 432 preamp. I think it went up in smoke tonight for some reason. And went gone, so I received ability on 432. Very bad. Anyway, we'll say 73s if you can clear me.
Okay, very good, Larry. Well, it's too bad about the preamp. I'm sorry about the preamp. But you seem to be hearing pretty well. I'm running about 700 or 800 watts, but I have a little VSWR. We had rain and hail today, so I have a little VSWR on the 432 antennas. 73s, thanks very much, and we'll hope to hear you on 2 meters on Sunday. We hope to hear you on 2 meters on Sunday night, Larry. 73, K6MYC 73, N7WT, K6MYC, over. Roger, 7-3, Larry, 7-3. Thank you. Bye-bye.
7-3, Mike.
Bye-bye. Okay. Who was that?
272, KE7,
Oh, you got your antennas up, Daniel. Well, good for you. KE7UQL, 272, Judy. Good evening, Daniel. Didn't expect to hear you in here. Thanks for calling in. I thought I was not going to get you tonight. Take a transmission, and I'll try to peek on you. KE7UQL, K6MYC, over.
Okay, yes, Roger. Able to get the antenna up. Yesterday, very bad conditions yesterday. And we got it going, and we'll look for you on Sunday, KE7UQL.
Well, very good. We had rain and hail here today. We had about an inch of hail, so it's still on the ground here. It came at the end of the day, so we've got hail all over the ground in piles that slid off the roof, and it covered the solar panels and all sorts of stuff. It's still frozen on the solar panels, so I didn't get much of a charge today. Anyway, great to hear you, Daniel. Thanks much, and we'll look for you on Sunday night. KE7UQL, K6MYC, over.
Roger. Okay, we'll look for you on Sunday. And this is KE7UQL, 7-3.
Take care. Thank you. Okay, well, that's a surprise, guys.
About half the time, just above my noise level, but I'm sure he wouldn't hear me. I was hearing Daniel there a little bit, too, KM6SRR.
Hello there, is this Larry? Hello, Larry.
Just to say howdy. I've kind of been off the air for quite a while and lost my preamp tonight.
They're just rag chewing together. Let me listen a second here.
N7WT, 7-3.
Okay, N7WT, KE7UQL, 7-3.
7-3 again, Larry. A good copy on that round table, over. Did you hear any of that, Rob?
Yeah, I heard Daniel talk to Larry, call sign and sign off to him with a 73. So, but I don't have enough power to get up there, I don't think.
Well, you've got as much power as Daniel's got. Give Daniel a call. He's got good ears.
Okay, how you doing, Daniel? KE7UQL. This is Kilo Mike 6, Sierra Romeo Romeo. Over.
Roger that, Rob. KM6SRR. We've got you fading a little bit, but you're making the trip to KV7UQL, over.
Okay, Daniel. Yeah, the beginning of your call there, you were really loud. Then you went back down to where I could barely hear you, but good copy there. Thanks for being there.
Roger. Good contact, guys. Thank you for that, Daniel. Okay, K7UQL, M7WT, 73, guys. Okay, I'm going to go back to the Bay Area for late checks and miss. We might get one or two more there. Let me just call into the Bay Area. Bay Area, late checks or missed. Bay Area, 432 Bozo Net, late checks or missed. K6MYC, I'm beaming for KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie or anybody else. K6MYC, 432 Bozo Net, over.
Hey, Mike, I think I heard N7VAZ up there in Reno calling us, over.
Oh, well, good. I didn't hear that. Turned the antenna way too quick. Let me log him in at 1193.
I think I heard N7V, and that's about all I heard of his call sign.
That's it. That's the guy. Log him in, and I may just go back there. N7 Victor Alpha Zulu, N7 VAZ, N7 Victor Alpha Zulu, N7 VAZ, N7 VAZ. We heard you a little bit. Try it again if you're there, Eric. Try it again, Eric. N7 Victor Alpha Zulu, N7 VAZ, K6MYC, and the group calling and standing by. Go ahead, Eric. Go ahead. I'll give him one more call. N7 Victor Alpha Zulu. N7 Victor Alpha Zulu, K6MYC. N7 Victor Alpha Zulu, N7 VAZ. N7 Victor Alpha Zulu, N7 VAZ. 1193. K6MYC calling and standing by, Eric, over. Nothing now, Rob, but we'll check him in. 1193, Barb, Judy. He checked in, of course, last night on 2 meters, so that was good. Thank you for that, Rob.
Yeah, I was lucky to hear him there. I don't do so good on this band. Anyway, I didn't get it all, but I think I got enough.
When did you come in? Oh, you mean on his call? That's all right. Yeah, we got enough to know he was there.
Yeah, on his call, KM6SR.
Okay. He's doing a count here, but I'm in the Bay Area. Bay Area. Late checks are missed on 432. K6MYC in the Bozo Net. Over.
Hey, Mikey. From the looks of things, about 10 o'clock tonight is when to start looking for the moon.
Okay, good. Thanks for that. Should be up pretty high at that point if it's, it's moon rising just opposite when the sun is setting, so it should be up already.
Oh, yeah, it's, well, here, let's see. I looked at that, but I forgot already. But somebody once upon a time gave me this terrible little program. Moon's at 22.5 right now. Can you imagine what that program is?
It would be Sky Moon.
That's exactly right, sir. What a handy little tool.
Yeah, it is. That was W5UN wrote that.
Yep, and I got it from K6NYC, so yeah, it's real handy to have even for other purposes.
Go bet. Yeah, it gives you sun position too, so you can always calibrate your antennas. If you got sun or moon, you can always calibrate.
Exactly so, sir. Okay, I just wanted to let you know that about the moon. Good night to you and to Judy and everyone else. Thanks for doing the net. This is W6BBS72 in Delta Mike 07.
Okay, very good, Frank. And I'll announce that Frank announces that we should start seeing signs of the eclipse starting about 10 o'clock tonight. So anybody that's hearing me that didn't get that earlier, around 10 o'clock tonight, we should be seeing signs of the blood moon eclipse that's supposed to occur between 10 and midnight. So that should be interesting if we have clear enough skies to see it. Last call for the Bay Area, and then I guess we could go down and give Rick another call, but chances are he isn't going to be there. QRZ Bay Area, Bozo Net. Looking for late checks or missed. Kilowatt 6 Mike, Yankee, Charlie, over. And we're just not going to get them anymore, are we? I guess AXX is out of the picture. Okay, I'm heading down toward Southern California again here. Let's see here. Where am I here? Come on. 200 something. 200. Okay. 190 something.
We've got 180,
170,
where are you going?
160, 150, somewhere right around in there. Okay, QRZ for KB6 KB6RQU. KB6 Romeo Quebec United, KB6RQU, the old Bozo 61. By chance, did you remember to come out to the net, to the Radio Shack and check into the net here, Rick? KB6RQU, or anybody else down south in Visalia or wherever, K6MYC Bozo. Okay, I guess we're done. Judy says we got 31 tonight. Not bad for 432.
Yeah, I was thinking that's a pretty good night. I've got 30, so I guess I missed something somewhere.
Do you want her to read them to you in groups of 5?
Well, I guess if you got the time, sure.
Hi there, I'm a little lopsided. I'll go 5 at a time. I got 1079, 1100, 800, 72, 47, check.
Roger.
727, 1009, 432, 712, 982, check.
Okay, you had one there, you said 109. Was that 1090?
1009.
Okay, Ron, yeah, go ahead.
982, 107, 583, Okay, 680. I didn't get that. And 610, check.
Roger.
1091.
No, 108, 1089, 1098, I should say. 1098, I wrote it wrong.
Okay.
That was the countdown, Bozo.
1098, 507, 986, 1179, 776, 756. Check.
Okay, there's one in there, 986. Was that a relay from somebody? Because I don't think I have that one.
980. Okay, he says it's 982. Okay. Okay, next is 111, 1090, 1296, 86, and 637. Check.
You guys doubled and he missed the first one.
Well, I've got number 7 was 1009. Then there was 1098 and 1090. Check.
Okay, yeah, I had some of those, but I think Frank was right. I did double a little bit with you, and I missed the first one when you started that batch of 5.
Okay, I'm starting with number 25 now. I've got 637, 835, 1129, 657, 772.
No, 272.
272, not 772.
No, 272, that's Daniel.
1193, that's it.
Okay, yeah, all I can do is write the numbers down real quick. I'm trying to compare them to my list of numbers here. After 507, which was Fred, KD6, that's okay. You gave me a number, I think you said 982. Oliver was in there, so is that supposed to be Oliver's number?
It could be. 900 has definitely got to be in there, so I can't see the numbers, but I think that would be the sequence. Oliver checked in after Fred. Over.
Okay, then that makes sense. And then you had 1179 in there, and I'm not sure, there was Russ, K6KOY after Oliver.
So Russ was in there, 111. He is at the top of the second column there.
Can you read me a group of 5, starting with Oliver at 900?
Okay, say it again, what you need.
Okay, can you let's start with Fred, 507. Can you start there and read me 5 from Fred on down?
Okay, I have 507. I had given you 986, and then he thought it was 982, but it, I believe, is 900, Oliver. After that is 1179, 776, 756. Check.
Okay, yeah, that's where we're not following the sequence there, because after Oliver, we got 111, and then we had 1090 in there, and 1296, then 637. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I got to jump way down there. You had 1090, okay, and 1100. Okay,
So, you had Bill out of order there. That's 776. I guess I'm a little bit confused.
It's confusing because he had to avoid the cat, so he put the 776 and the 756 way off to the side. So you've got the right numbers. From 1296, I had 86, 637, 835, 1129, 657, and 772. Check.
Okay, you're 1172. That should be 1179. That was John, KD6 WVL.
Yes, 1179 I have. There, it's written over the 900. Do you come up with 31 now?
No, I still got 30. I'm trying to figure out which one I don't have.
You want me to go over from 507 again?
Yeah, I guess we can. Otherwise, we're just beating a dead horse here, but go ahead.
Let's give it one last shot, and then I can always just check the numbers to be sure in the morning. And well, no, this is good. Okay, 507, 900, 1179, 776, 756 are the two weird ones. Check.
Yeah, I got those, Roger.
111, 1090, 1296, 86, and 637. Check.
Okay, Roger. I've got those.
835, 1129, 657, 772, 272, and last one 1193.
Okay, there's what I don't have. You had down there after 657, you had 770. I went right to 272.
Okay, I think we're good, huh?
Yeah, there's no 770. Let me have it once. Okay, we missed one. I may not have written it down because he didn't check in, but Bill asked me to check him in because he called him. He's out to his anniversary with his wife. That's John, 759. So put that one in there, Rob.
Okay, yeah, that's John, KR6MR. I had him in there, but I didn't see that in Judy, so that means she's got two more than I do, I guess.
I thought the numbers she was reading off were correct, so I don't know.
Well, she was reading 657 and then 770. Should that be 759?
Oh, 770 would be 272. I don't know of any 770. It would be 272 was Daniel. He checked in right after 657.
Yeah, that's what I've got on my log here. Okay.
Well, maybe she counted that one, and that isn't a good count. I think we're okay, Rob.
Okay, I'll just put out what I got, and if you check and find an error, let me know.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
I guess we put everybody else to sleep. Thanks, Mike and Judy. K6MYC, KM6SR73.
Okay, well, most of this is my problem, and the cat sitting in the middle of the log, over.
Yeah, no, I totally understand. I got a cat here that he wasn't bothering me tonight, but usually he does, and he gets in the way of the mic cord and me writing and the whole 9 yards. And then if he gets spooked, he launches himself with the claws out.
Okay. Good night, everyone. Thank you for your very quiet non-participation tonight. K6USY in the group, K6MYC.
Oh, I participated a little bit at the beginning, but then I just kind of let you guys go. And for the record, Rob, we are still awake down here.
That's good for the record there, Aaron.
Alrighty, well, hopefully see everybody tomorrow night. I have a pile of stuff over by the garage door waiting to go in the car tomorrow afternoon to drag over to the club meeting. So we'll catch everybody later. And good night, Judy. K6USY, Fresno.
He said good night, Aaron. And Brittany.
Aaron, K6USY, KM6SR, 73. And Mike, that reminds me, we got to make arrangements to pick you up.
Judy? You guys carry on a second. Let me just chat with Judy a second.
He's got to figure out if it's a party of 2 or a party of 1.
Well, it's a party of 2 or a party of 0 because he won't go without her.
Oh, yeah, I know how that goes.
We'll see you a quarter after 5 or so, Rob, I guess, huh?
Well, I want to make it a little bit early to make sure I'm on time. I told Aaron and Ken I'd be there at 6 because they got a lot to set up. So if I leave your place at 5, that would be good. So I hope to be there a little before 5. Over.
Yeah, it doesn't take you an hour to get in there, though, does it?
No, but if things run a little late and I got to wait a little longer there and all that kind of stuff, that gives me the little hedge that I probably would need.
Okay. Well, we'll be ready at 5. How's that?
Okay. Sounds good.
Ready.
KM6SR will be clear.
Okay. Good night, all. Thank you, Rob, and give us a call when you leave the house.
Okay, QSL.
I mean, you can come early if you want for a few minutes and look at all our hail.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. You should probably get a hose faucet out by your solar panel so that when that stuff gets on there, you can hose it off.
I was afraid if I did, it would freeze on there tonight. It's really cold.
Okay, I'm showing 42 outside right now.
It wouldn't do any good to wash it off at that hour. There was no sun left anyway. I missed the window. It probably came down about 4, a little bit after 4 o'clock, and so I had sunlight until about 6 or a quarter to 6. But after that, I didn't even go out there till 6:30. So that's when I noticed that my batteries had not charged up much. Over.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Oh, my little visitor is here bumping my hand and all that kind of stuff now, so he must have heard me talk about him.
Well, Boochie's back on my chest again. She's got me pinned in the chair here. I'm still pointed south, and of course we did not wake up old Bozo 61, so I guess he's just not going to be there tonight. Anyway, a good count, 30, 31, 32, something like that. Not a bad night. And we had, I just wish we could get Ed and a few of the others back in there. There's 2 that are real hard liberals, AB6SR and WA6AXX are just, we probably lost them just because of politics, which is stupid.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. I didn't know about Stan, but I did about Ed. Does any of the guys in Bay Area ever hear them on the air at all?
Nobody has mentioned it.
Well, maybe they got so dissatisfied like Ben did down there, they just got off the air. I have heard Ben every once in a while when I'm trying to do the Aries Net on Monday night when I check in with Western Kern County group. I'll be calling for their sideband, and nobody is there that has a horizontal antenna. And Ben sometimes has it on, and he'll respond to me, but that's the only time I've ever heard him.
Well, he just been on and off about the net. I probably pissed him off a couple of times that You just got to take what I say lightly.
Well, he doesn't do that. So anyway, but he's gone. He's not coming on at all. On the other stuff too when I call him.
What other stuff?
Aries racy stuff, and what was it? It was something else they were doing there. But I've only heard him once on the Western Kern County thing.
Yeah, well, maybe he's just tired of ham radio, tired of schedules, tired of being there. He's going through spells, and he may have some other issues mentally. We don't know. Those are usually mental issues. I'm pretty sure that's what's bothering Ed over there.
You said have no brains.
Well, go ahead, Frank. We covered you. Say it again.
I said it's just them damn conservative bullies that ain't got no brains.
Yep, that's us.
Good night, guys. W6PBS.
Good night, Frank.
Good night, Frank. Yeah, that's right. We're the bullies, I guess. But I think it could be with Ben. I did hear him talk about he's tired of always getting on every night and the scheduling. And I think underlying, which he hasn't said much, but I did hear that his wife was taking a lot of his time to care for her. So that may be the underlying thing he doesn't really want to talk about. So anyway, it is what it is. KM6SRR.
I'm not so concerned about Ben, but I feel bad for Ed because he's got a lot of money invested. He bought a lot of good antennas from us, and he's got good equipment and all that, and he's got a great hilltop location, and he's beneficial to me when I can't hear some people. Sometimes he hears his stuff, so it's just a shame not to have Ed in there, and I won't hold it against him that he's got liberal ideas and maybe Trump derangement syndrome, but you can get on the air and still have that over.
Yep, that's very true. But the guys with the Trump syndrome are really, really strong about it, and nothing's going to change their mind.
Yeah, don't confuse me with the facts, huh?
Yep, that's kind of the way I see it anyway.
My mind is made up. Don't confuse me with the facts. All right, good night, guys. Enough politics there. Aaron's probably shut the stream off by now, I hope, anyway. Good night, all. K6MYC going back in where it's nice and warm.
Well, they can all move to Ireland with Rosie.
There you go. She doesn't know it, but there's riots in the streets in Ireland also. They're robbing. They got terrible crime problems. They got all kinds of problems there. Worse than here.
Yeah, they can keep her.
Yep.
Well, I got the binoculars out and go look at the moon here in about an hour, and I don't know, probably a little bit later too. I'm not going to set up the telescope. We'll catch you guys later. K6USY.
Okay, can you see it from where you are? Now.
I looked out the window and the moon was there, so apparently the clouds are moving off. So the moon was up in the sky, so we'll see how it looks in an hour.
Okay, I'll take a peek outside too. I don't know. I think we had sundown, I should say. We had sun at sundown, so we could easily have pretty clear skies here. It was cleared up pretty nicely at the end of the day here. All right, good night all. K6MYC. Have a good weekend, guys. We'll see you, some of you guys, tomorrow night at the club meeting, I hope. I expect that we'll make it, and I think Judy's okay tonight, even though we had a kind of a tiresome day here. But she did take a little nap, so I think she feels better than her. We had a wear-out day. All right, take care. 7-3, K6MYC. Good night.
Hey, Mike, rest her up tomorrow. Don't work her too hard, and then she'll be raring to go.
Well, he bought her a shovel and a rake and a whole bunch of potting soil, so I'm going to work the crap out of her.
No, you can't do that. I didn't hear any gloves. You can't work without gloves.
Oh, she's got gloves. I got 7 or 8 pair already here.
Poor Judy. Okay, Mike, we'll say 73 is KM6SR going that way.
Night. Say hi to Candy.
Roger.
Just a reminder, you're going to buy her dinner.
Yeah, I'll go. Well, I bought her lunch today.
Yeah, yeah, it's just a reminder that she's getting dinner tomorrow night. Okay, we'll catch you guys later. K6USY.
Okay, yeah, that should do it. She won't have to cook it. 7-3.